Hey everybody, welcome to the Back in Time Machine. This video was filmed on February 21st, 2025. It's a members only Patreon video, but enough time has passed, I think, that I want it to live on. I want people to watch it. So if you want to see new stuff, I'm still throwing things out there on Patreon, I guess by now, because it'll be 3 months in my future, and I'm assuming I'm still alive. But in the meantime, enjoy this one. Head off to Patreon, watch all the others out there, and there you go. Thanks for joining the journey. Oh, and as you'll see pretty soon, I'm pretty damn lost right now. Good, well actually it's afternoon. Good afternoon, my friends. We're going on a little adventure, but we're not going on the main channel adventure. You and I are gonna climb this mountain, because apparently there's a quarry up there, and there are things. Our friends in that school bus told us so. So, if you can make it, I can make it. You ready for a little adventure? And of course, we're going in Crocs, but I already have them in sport mode, so we should be just fine. Oop, I see our first obstacle already. We have an impenetrable fence, the wall. Yeah, well, I think I can probably make it over this wall. Whew. Made it. That was scary. Where's Border Patrol? I don't want them catching me. Actually, that's only kind of a half joke. You see them driving down this road constantly. Do you see all those? Well, you probably can't. There are dunes all throughout there. On the other side of Pilot Knob here is Mexico. I mean, literally, when we get to the top, we'll be looking into Mexico. We are that close. Yesterday on the YouTube community, I had posted a little blurb about why one lives a nomadic lifestyle, why one does the things we do. And this morning I decided to elaborate, make it into a full-blown article, which has been published on Medium, and I think I put it on Patreon yesterday. Yes, or today. Your yesterday, my today. I kind of wanted to elaborate a little bit with you guys. That's why I'm on this hike. I am not fit. I am borderline unhealthy in a way. That's a big reason why you and I are on this hike today. I want to start making this a regular thing. My buddy Gabe, who lives in the next bus, he takes his dogs out several times a day, and they go walking for miles several times a day. I need to do something like that. I need to make it my identity to be a guy who moves. And so it's going to be a long, hard struggle. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it here or on the channel. But if I want to live this life, continue living this life, I got to do better. And that's why we're out today. And so naturally, I just picked a big fucking hill to climb, right? Okay, here's a problem of perspective. Gabe said that there is a big rock quarry on top of this mountain. That's not the mountain, that's just the foremountain. And he said to look, I want to think it's that, but he also said there was a little hidden kind of path you can barely see to the right. I'm guessing the quarry is over the hill. I'm guessing that is our path that we almost overshot. Let's go see. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's try that way. You know, worst case, we invent something new. You know, worst case is I actually fall into a crevice and this video never gets made, and it will be lost to time until somebody finds the camera and posts it in memoriam of my dead body. That was pretty dramatic, wasn't it? Okay, I'm doubting myself now. Does this impression look like a path to you? If it is, it's going the wrong way around. It's amazing I get anywhere at any time with my lack of spatial awareness. Okay, we'll go around the corner. If it's not it, I'll try the big steep hill that I don't want to climb. I don't think this is it. This path just sort of goes around the front. He said there was a path that went up to a shorter peak and you can climb from there. This path stays on the bottom. That's got to be the path. The bigger problem is paths look like paths from far away, but when you get on them, how is this any different from that? It's really hard to see when you're on a path. And as an aside, while Crocs are wonderful hiking shoes, the little holes, they let cactus burrs in. Just saying. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. I'm sorry, I won't ever do that again. Okay, camera retrieved. Let's do that again. Oh, we screwed up. This is where I was supposed to have been. Oh, how am I going to get over there? No wonder I didn't see the quarry. I'm going to have to go down a gnarly little path that I know I'm going to bust my butt on, so I need both hands. Apologies for the temporary blackout. Third time's the charm. Now, here's the sad part. I don't know if he said right or left. Now, he made a point of saying one side or the other of this rock face. I'm going with left, which of course, you know, means right. Screw it. Let's go right. I was trying to avoid the steep scary portion, but I barely see one over there. He and his two dogs made it. I should be able to make it. I say unconvincingly. I just had a thought. Well, not the fact that I'm terribly lost, but in the article that I wrote that I mentioned earlier about being fit and healthy in order to enjoy this life, I was talking about how it's identity more than habit, that you need to define yourself as a person who walks or a person who exercises. You know, it has to be a part of who you are, not this external thing you have to use. Out of breath. That's where the thoughts came in. I wear Crocs all of the time. Now, part of it is a gag for YouTube, but honestly, that's all I wear. And it has everything to do with laziness. I don't like putting on socks and putting on shoes and tying them just to go in and out of the bus and untie my shoes and take them off. I am lazy. So what I was thinking is, I could become a guy who walks. That could become my identity pretty damn easily. I like walking and hiking and exploring. Oh, is that it? I think that's what he was talking about. It's big and wide and cool. When I did the Camino de Santiago, every day I got up, I put on my socks, I put on my Hokas, and I walked. I think I need to semi-retire the Crocs. If I made a point of every day of putting on socks and putting on my Hokas and then going for a walk, my identity is the guy that walks in Hokas. That can't be the path. It really can't be. That's not very wide. And I am. Maybe it was left. Because I don't see, I don't know. No, I just can't do it. It is too narrow, too thin, and too triggering. Okay, what are we on? Round 4, 5? How do I get off of this crazy thing, George Jetson? I'm gonna go try the path over there. It's less stupidly steep. Anyway, welcome to Hiking with Rick, where nothing ever goes as usual. Kind of pretty up here, at least. Oh, yeah, remind me, I need to talk to you about that. I keep forgetting. Okay, not to tempt the gods, but this looks a little more promising. Gabe walks his dogs up here, as I said, and his dogs are not small. There's no way he could go up that tiny little path that we were just on. He would need something wider. And this is wider. Well, hell, we have hit the proverbial dead end. This is just the quarry road, and there is no other way up. Oh, there's an easy way down, but I really got to start paying more attention when people talk to me. I guess I'm gonna go back to this point while I'm thinking about what it is we should do. I do want to finish that other thought, so let's backtrack. I was watching YouTube the other day, as I am so apt to do, and there was a guy who was talking about purchasing land in Arizona, cheap land, like $3,000-$4,000 kind of cheap land, and he'd take you out there in the middle of frickin' nowhere, and he would go, "Oh, look how beautiful this is. This is, you know, for $3,000 you can have this spot." And they all backed up to BLM land, which meant, you know, basically as far as the eye can see is nothingness. And it really got me to thinking. I like the desert. I like hanging out in the desert. It's barren and empty, you know, really barren and empty. Could I live out here? That's a really big, interesting question. But the places that he was showing, well, they weren't on an Interstate 8, and they were all down just really gnarly dirt roads. I don't know. I mean, at one point, you know, if I did it, he was showing lots like an acre or 4 acres, and there were other lots nearby of 1 or 4 acres. If I'm moving out here into this, that's a subdivision. And I don't think I want a subdivision. I would want 100 acres, 200 acres. If I were to do this, I would like be Ted Kaczynski without the bombs, I would think. Just going out and having ultimate in privacy. But still, I don't know. I mean, I'm a social guy. I mostly like people, some people. Ooh, desert flies are out and about. So if I were to do something like this, now the problem is Nikki wants a homestead, but she wants to be able to grow things. Well, not here. So I don't know. I would not guess that homesteading, getting property, you know, out in the middle of the desert would truly be for us. Okay, here's my overlogical brain thinking about this. Way off in the distance over there, there's a black pickup truck. That's where we walked by earlier. That little hill was the very steep, narrow one that terrified me, and I decided to chicken out. They're obviously hiking, whoever they are, and they're parked over there. If they were here, where we are, they'd have parked over here, because it's all nice and flat. It makes sense that if they are parked there, that's where they started hiking. I mean, they could have easily parked anywhere in here. So the idea is I'm going to go over to the truck. I'm going to look for a hiking path near the truck, because maybe it wasn't any of the 5 we've tried so far. Maybe there's one right there, right over there. That might be the answer. Logic time. There's the pickup truck parked there. We came through that area. There are no trails. They're not climbing the rock pile. They had to go there. I mean, this is the only logical thing, was for them to follow this up to that narrow ass trail that I didn't want to go up. I hate heights. I need to be more clear about that. Heights don't bother me. Falling bothers me. So being on something narrow with no room for error, let's say, that bugs me. And that narrow path, I guess I just don't trust my feet when height is involved. I'm a mountain goat otherwise. But you put me on something where I absolutely have to walk a balance beam, I guess my head gets in the way of my feet. But there's only one way to conquer your fears, and that's not to go home and drink heavily. Although that is very tempting right now. Here's the fun thing. The other day, I decided to get on that road that we first crossed over when I jumped the fence. And it's a 1.8, 1.9 mile walk down to the actual border of Mexico. And I walked there and I walked back. It took a couple hours. I like that walk. It was flat. Okay, I see. Whoa, I understand now. Gabe said he came up here this morning and built a cairn out of rocks. He did it right there. He also said you can go to the top of the peak, but it's a scramble. And yeah, I would say that's a scramble, one that I'm going to save for another day. But I'm glad I found his cairn. Hi, Gabe's cairn. Well, I'm pretty confident in saying that this is the end of this path. I mean, I could butt slide my way down, but nope, we've reached the edge. We have reached the very edge. So that, okay, I lied. I did a whole outro just moments ago, way down there. Thanking you all for watching. And I decided to climb up anyway because I saw this, another cairn. And so this could be Gabe's cairn. He did take pictures of 2 of them. And while that's not really an opportunity for continuance, that is. I sat there at the very bottom of this hill going, just turn around, Rick. Just go down the hill. I'm out of breath. My legs are rubbery. The smart thing would have just been to go down the hill. And then I had to come up here. We were down there. I had to come up here. And now I'm going to go stand at this corner for a brief period of time and tell myself the exact same thing. Once you get going, it's kind of hard to change direction. Just for perspective, that's the truck. And this is how we came up all through here. I think we can keep going up. So this time, no more BS. Will he do it? Will he not? Is that the path? I think this is the path. I want to get to the top now. I am committed. I want to stand up there and look across the border at Mexico. I think this continues. I'm truly hoping it does now. All drama aside, I really want to get to the top. It took a few dead ends, but I managed to make it to the top of this part. Oh, Lordy. Okay, we are at the top of the first ridge. I am one of those people who truly hates to quit once I've started something. Oh, I'll quit in a heartbeat before I start. I feel like I've conquered something. I came to the top of the mountain and I can show you Arizona. Actually, that's California right there. It's 2 o'clock. That's like a whole nother mountain to climb. I am truly not YouTube drama questioning. I am truly Rick questioning. Do I want to keep going? That's what happened the other day when I was walking down that path to Mexico. Was I'll walk a little farther. I'll go farther yet. Further. Next thing you know, I'm in Mexico. Or at least right on the border wall. Oh, what the hell? No, wait. I can't get to that path. That path, this is a different path. It doesn't look as long. Okay, so maybe we're not going way. Oh, I see people. Way up there, you can't see them. I see 2 people on the peak. They probably went that path. Oh, God. Now I've got a goal. Go meet people. How did they get up there? Did they go here? I mean, there's a short path. I'm all about, no, I see. It's hidden in the crags. It's neither one of those. Oh, this is so typical, Rick. I took the wrong path again. I wanted to be up there. I thought this was a path, but no. It's just a canyon. It's pretty up here, though. Oh, there's the bus. Right down there. That's the path. It didn't end. I just didn't see the turn. This is getting stupid. I am way up past where I should be safe. I know it. And I just have this little bit, but it's no longer a path. It is very steep. Things are falling. I mean, a part of me says, look, it's just right there, or at least something is right there. At some point, you got to know when to say no. God, I hate this, but it is my time. Because this is just too steep, too crumbly. And honestly, I do not trust my feet right now. Sorry I couldn't make it to the top. And we are back down on solid ground. Now, real quick, before I finish up my thoughts, if you enjoyed this, go off to Patreon, sign up as either a free member, paying member. You get everything regardless of, whether you cough up cash or not. I got a bit of a mile left to get to the bus. So anyway, if you enjoy these, you can either wait a couple months for them to magically appear on YouTube, or go over and watch them for free over on Patreon. Anyway, I did spend a little bit more time up there. Never did get to a peak, but I could see the other peak around behind it, and it was taller than we were. So even had we gone that extra 20, 30 feet, we'd have just seen more mountain. I think I'm going to grab Gabe, and I don't know, maybe next week he and I will go try some other paths down at the far end of this knob closer to Mexico and see if we can find the highest point in all of that. Because I can tell you, that's not the highest point right there. I gotta pop my ears again. There we go. Slight elevation change. So thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for supporting the channel, whether it's here on YouTube or over on Patreon, hint, hint. And we'll see you soon. Subscribe for more videos. I will step down when I'm